Alright y'all, welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. It is June 29th, Saturday, and we are at the beginning of the second block coming back from our meet. Last block was really rusty coming back just because we kind of built up to such a large crescendo with our meet performance and just like pushing the body to its limits, and I definitely paid the price last week. It's like when an anime character like uses its max power and then like their body's fucked for like a long period of time after, where they have to like heal and recover from that. I'm like still going through that right now. So like weights have not felt the same, but I know that like it's all gonna come back with time and that we just need to keep putting in the work day in and day out to get there. Rule 9 is embrace or remain even-headed through the highs and lows. That's exactly what we're doing right now. Through the highs, we remain grounded, but through the lows of training right now, we're keeping our head up and just knowing that it's gonna get better as long as we're handling what we need to do. Some updates for y'all. Because of, well, one, me and Dion just want to thank you guys for such a successful first ever worker launch. We are currently in the, like halfway through sampling for season 2. We have some samples that are coming in next week of some exciting new items that we're very excited to show you guys. We're gonna bring them to the gym and just kind of show them. The thing is, we haven't even seen them yet. We've only seen pictures, but it's kind of hard to tell like what it's like just through the phone. But yeah, so I mean, the theme is that the work never stops. Even though that the meet is done, you pick a new goal. We're gonna all compete in a meet towards the end of this year, probably in Austin in Powerlifting America. I know Dion's doing it, I think Cam's doing it as well. Today, it's Saturday, so we just got some squats. Everyone's gonna work it on the same rack. And then also, July 20th, Saturday, we're coming to Atlanta for the first ever worker community lift. And I'm super excited for that, because one, I've never been to Atlanta, and two, I've never been to DNA Strength. It's at DNA Strength, owned by Alex H2 or Alex Waters. But yeah, I mean, he invited us out there, and I was felt very honored, and to like for him to reach out and extend his hand. And since then, we've had a couple more gyms reach out to host lifting events there as well. So those are being planned. But I mean, my goal is to have a community lift like once a month. Like I would love to be able to bring people together in different cities once a month, all under the umbrella of worker, to just enjoy each other's presence, enjoy each other's time. But honestly, at this point, I'm yapping too much, so let's get to work. Hurt even more.
Yeah. Now you're coming tired, they're worn out.
You know, like when you like hit your foot or like hit your knee or like stub your toe on something so bad and it hurts so bad you just don't have any words? That's how I am right now with my thumbs. No words. Good workout overall. I remember when I was a kid, when I first was getting into lifting, talking about like 6th or 7th grade, I began and ended every single workout with like 3 sets of planks. Do I know why? No, I probably would have. I mean, back then, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I was probably taxing my core for like compound lifts like I didn't need to back then, but it was a good warm up. But good workout overall. But we're gonna wrap up filming for today right now. We'll be back Monday with bench. It's gonna be week 2, so no you're not. So we're progressively getting heavier and heavier. But see you guys Monday. All right, y'all, so it is Monday. It's 9:45 a.m. Got here 30 minutes ago. We had a 1x1, 3x8 of dilly-dallying for 30 minutes before we got into the workout. But now we're ready. Got bench today. I think I got a single at like 392 because it's week 2. I don't think Dion's on week 3, so he's gonna hit around like 397. And then, like sporadically throughout the sets, we'll just give you guys an update as to where things are with season 2 and the season 1 restock. So sit back and enjoy.
Well, I mean, essentially season 2, we got some updated silhouette changes to the hoodie. Also with season 2, we have some color dyeing things going on that we have to wait. Got some samples coming in. I mean, so far, man, it's looking pretty good. The real thing is the hoodie adjustment that y'all gonna see with season 2 that we made versus like the previous set. So I'm not gonna announce it a little bit too early. And then we have some not worker samples coming in. I'm not gonna talk about it a little too much, but before we go to Atlanta, we should have everything. But before that, we're gonna have a majority of samples. So you guys are probably gonna see us wearing a majority of the samples in Atlanta. And then, I mean, honestly, we're already working on season 3, 4, and about to be 5. So we got a light on the pipeline. There's a lot going on.
I'm telling you guys, instead of like going to the gas station and paying like $2 for $2.50 for a Gatorade in this economy, go to the grocery store and get yourself powdered Gatorade. I've been taking powdered Gatorade as like an intro with every workout, and it keeps you a lot. Sometimes, you know, when you get to accessories, you might be like a little bit gassed or whatever, but with this, there's none of that. I don't think I touched on it, but I went home a couple weeks ago after the first workout drop to visit my family since I haven't seen them since like Christmas. And while I was up north, I visited Kevin Papa. Shout out Kevin Papa, owner of Under 10%. Visited the fulfillment center up there. Just had good talks with Kevin. I always have good talks with Kevin. I've never had like a mediocre conversation with Kevin ever. Like, you're a smart guy. When I talk to him, like, it inspires me a lot. And when I left, he gave me a couple tubs of pre-workout to bring home to have. He gave me the high stim, which I haven't used yet, but I'm gonna use it for week 4 coming up in 2 weeks from now. And then just a couple tubs of other stuff. I got the infamous dill pickle lemonade pre-workout with the pickle Kevin on logo right here. Surprisingly, like, this flavor I wasn't sure of when I first like heard of it, but I like it. It's like very, very interesting. It has like an interesting flavor for it for sure, but I mean, right off rip, like, I liked it.
Strong.
I was fucking with you when you had the time in presidential. You got me when you met me and that ain't coincidental. Tried to bring the best out you, guess I'm not the influential. Guess I'm not the one that's meant for you.
Ass niggas hating on me, but they copy my swag. Fuck respect and love it, on these niggas don't do shit me. Those shots all you want is on the shit.
The goal is just continue to, obviously I've been bulking as I've been filling out 120, but right now my biggest priority is honestly just putting on as much muscle mass as possible. So like taking most of my accessories to like near failure, if not failure. And like, yes, like top end strength on the compound might take a hit in the meantime, like while we're not on strict meet prep, because like on meet prep I wasn't killing myself on accessories, because like you want to save a lot of your recovery, what your recovery is going towards for like the compound lifts, because obviously that's what you're judged for. So like now that we have some time to our next meet, I really just want to get like all around strong, not like just strong on the big three. Obviously I want to get strong on the big three, but like treating the accessories like we're treating the compounds. And it's been going good so far, and like my bench hasn't really taken a hit from doing more accessories, not yet. Lower body lifts like squat and deadlift are just taking some time to catch up to speed right now. Since the meet like hasn't really felt the same, but I'm not worried about it. I know when the time is right that we'll be strong when it's most important. But we'll probably wrap up filming for today. We'll be back tomorrow with squats. Good workout overall, but yeah, we'll catch you guys in a bit. Anyways, so it's Tuesday afternoon. I know we said that we were gonna pull up Tuesday morning. Steve hit us last night saying it's his heaviest squat session of his meet prep. He competes in like 2 weeks, and he was asking if we could pull up later in the afternoon for him. Just woke up earlier this morning, did some stuff, and now we're here to squat with Steve. But I mean, gym's good energy. I forgot what the vibes were like when it's later in the afternoon and more people are in. But I mean, Jamal's over here deadlifting. It's like POV deadlifts. Like it holds the phone right here, so like they can see what's going on, which looks crazy. But I mean, I don't know. We're gonna just capture the raw vibes as though like everything that's going on inside the gym, make you guys feel like you're here with us, because you are. Perfect.
I feel like Joe or something, like this, probably doing something. She probably money, still ain't working, but they ain't doing it. She know what I'm saying, we try to be good, we try to be no one. She like, if you need it, if you need it.
She in a mode. I rip the tracks out. She gotta go. I have a on my back, piece of audio. She's not about to wait. She's waking up.
Alright, so squats felt nice and bad today. Hit 650 at 8. 474 for 3 sets of 6 at 8. Regressed 50 keys on the squat in the span of 6 weeks. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up for today. And we're gonna be back with filming tomorrow for this worker shoot that we have. See ya. All right, y'all. It's Wednesday night. We're here about to get into this shoot. It's kind of like a practice game shoot where we're trying to nail a certain look that we're going for. And we're just taking our time tonight to kind of curate the look exactly how we want it. But we're taking the opportunity to get content of the samples that just came in today, a lot of the samples that may or may not be used for season 2 and beyond, as well as give you guys a little bit of an update as to things going on with the brand and community lift with Atlanta coming up. So in a minute, Dion just got here, set up the lights. We just got to turn the lights off in a bit. But before we do that, we're gonna unbox a lot of the samples from season 2 that may or may not be dropping. We're still like working on them, you know what I mean? So none of these are like the finished products by any means, but we just wanted to bring you guys to be kind of like a fly on the wall through it all, where you guys get to get a little bit of a better look as to what our process is like. So we got like multiple.
These actually aren't that bad.
No, they're not. He like did the shine finish on these.
I actually like the mesh better.
No, the mesh feels good. Like when I put these on, I could like really move these. I think the mesh is a little bit more elastic as well.
Why does it fit like better?
It does fit better. So I'm telling you guys, we're making constant improvements always between drops, even if it's not a new drop. We'll tell you guys later, but like there were changes that we made like between like for the restock just to make pieces better that we didn't even have to. But we wanted to fix it because like we're always trying to improve always. Okay, now for the tanks, we're gonna do a blind quality test. Because I'm gonna hand you 2 different tanks, and you're gonna tell me which one feels better and which one doesn't feel as good. Okay, put your hands up. That's a new tank.
For real?
Yeah, it's a new tank.
I'm not gonna lie, this feels way better.
No, it feels a lot more premium. So we actually switched manufacturers that we were making our tank through, and we sent him our previous tank saying, try to recreate this, and if you can see any of the qualities that, or any of the traits or be made better, go ahead and make it better. And we sent him it, and I got the samples back today, because this whole shoot was relying upon whether or not I was gonna get the samples back in time. We weren't sure. He might have had to cancel this shoot tonight if I didn't get the samples, because DHL was, they were trolling us. But no, like this tank feels much better. Like the cotton feels much higher quality. I actually like the hue of the gray on this a bit more than the previous gray. And I just think overall it's just a better product. And we're gonna put these through the ringer or not, because making a change in terms of like switching a manufacturer is a big decision when you have a product that's already pretty good. You don't wanna make a precarious decision and potentially switch manufacturers and end up with a worse product when you had something better to begin with. You know what I mean?
I mean, it passes the field test.
It does pass.
It feels better.
It does. It feels softer. I like the elasticity that it has to it. He did go with the distressing details. Like, so this is a jogger that we're in the process of sampling right now. Joggers take time to get right. Remember in the past for previous endeavors, there's been pants that you try to get right, and you just have to make sure that the material on them, the fit, the feel is perfect, or else people are particular about their pants. I'm very particular about my pants, so we just wanted to make sure that with these, we just take our time to like get it actually right. So show them that. Tell them why we did that.
Well, the main reason is because the kind of like the label on the back of our t-shirts kind of became our thing. So we're trying to integrate it onto other pieces. So like when you see this, it kind of goes with the shirt, whether you're training or going somewhere, crop, any of these things, and potentially like even a hoodie one day. But this is kind of like our signature. So if you just see this in the wild, you kind of already know what it is. Yeah, I like the pockets. I like the fabric, it feels nice. We also got some cinch cords at the bottom, so if you want to wear them like relaxed, you can wear them relaxed. If you want to wear them cinch, obviously you just pull that in, it's there, take it out. Just so like we can give you the option to have the best of both worlds, relaxed or cinch. Really doesn't matter, it just depends on your personal style preference.
This is my size. We sampled two versions. One with like a black 3M reflective logo, and then one with just a regular white 3M reflective logo. Got the white one made in his size, the black one made in my size.
I'd probably get a medium for me personally.
Yeah.
But the large, I feel like it's perfect for someone that's actually a large.
Right.
Plenty of thigh room.
And that's a good look too. It looks good drinking the shoe, but
if I wanted to be like ultra baggy with like our hoodie or something, I can't see myself in how we look. Good.
Good. I think there's just enough fabric down below. I think there's just enough. I was afraid that there wasn't going to be enough, but
plus it's like you have room too.
Right.
It came out pretty good for the first draw. They're not bad at all. Personally, if you're a large, this is what a large looks like on me. This is probably like, I don't know, there might be some changes, but very minimal that we make, like detailing.
I think we're like 93% there.
Yeah, it's pretty solid for a first run.
Yeah, absolutely for a first run, dude. Because like, we kind of have the expectation, or we structured the year where we give ourselves room to have 2 runs of samples prior to having to place the bulk production. But this is nearly there, dude. And
yeah, I think there might be minor things, but
yeah,
I would just be
the pockets maybe. Yeah, pockets, zippers, but like that's just smaller details.
Yeah,
it's just like a small subtle detail where it'll just flash in like darker settings. And it's kind of like a uniform, because like everything goes together regardless of what season it's dropping. And like even like on the back, like even the back tags are cohesive. They all flow together. It all makes sense. Like back tag right here, back tag on the back of the jogger. It's like a uniform. You know what I mean? Like you're going to work, you put on your uniform, and then you get to it.
Season 2 hoodie sample?
Yeah, this is season 2 hoodie sample.
Oh, snap.
The print is very, very light. The color is nice. So like, one of our biggest struggles that we didn't see coming with season 2 was because we go through different manufacturers for different that specialize in different pieces. Getting the grays to go together was a struggle. It was hard, and like it's tough because a lot of times the pictures that manufacturers take.
And they're shooting off an iPhone 8.
Yeah, they're shooting off iPhone 3GSs, and they can't like, get like an accurate like capturing of what the color actually looks like. So we're here trying to cross-reference photos from the past with previous samples and comparing it with the lighting of the new samples, and trying to like actually get a better idea as to what shit actually looks like.
This is the size 2X with the added like changes that we made for the season 1 restock. That'll be for the season 2 hoodies. We'll kind of leave it up to you. Like the print is a little like faded, and we'll let you guys be the judge. Like if you guys like the print, we'll see. But I would probably prefer to have it a little bit darker. Yeah, so this is how the 2X will look for season 1 restock and season 2. Go ahead, spin back around. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I like that color. Kind of difficult.
Yeah.
But like, you guys let us know. We'll go with the darker print if we have to.
Because I know they liked the first ever season 2 sample that we did a while back. Like, I know some of you guys actually liked this print more than like the original hoodie that we did with the small embroidered logo. but I like because it's just very apparent and it's right there and it's just bigger blown up. So if you guys prefer like a darker print for like just the season 2 silhouette, let us know, because like me personally, I like the subtle details where it's like when you see the hoodie, it's like a if you know type thing, but it's not about what I like, it's about what you guys like. So it's just, you know, this stuff is subjective.
I mean, the thing is, even if we didn't go with this, we could just go with this slightly darker than what it is, just so it's more apparent. Like there's a little bit more contrast.
I think like one of my biggest things when I think about the way that we're kind of operating today versus the very, very beginning stages of the brand. And I don't mean to like toot our own horn when we say this at all. Like this is just kind of like me being very observant, is that like the way that we're kind of going about the operations of the brand on the day to day and kind of our mentalities or how we're trying to look ahead now versus before is something that I think, I'm not sure like a lot of brands within this space really like have that same thought process or like that kind of like introspection, you know what I mean?
I mean, when you look at it from a perspective of where you want to go and where you want to be, I mean, we have these conversations, like we talk about the brands and the brand owners that we want to kind of like emulate and want to be like. And I mean, we see how they operate, we watch how they operate, we study how they operate. And the way they operate is the very much reason why they're so successful, why their communities of their brands are so successful. And honestly, to get to that point, like you really have to like earn all that. You know, it's like one of the rules, like gotta earn it. It's like we had that conversation the other day. It's very different than the beginning of time when you came to me and brought up even the conception of worker before we even knew what it was.
Yeah.
You know, and even in the beginning, like there was so much doubt because like, bro, you're investing money into something that you don't even know if it's like gonna work. You don't even know if people are gonna buy into what you're like trying to like.
There was no proof of concept back then.
And the thing is, like, worker blossomed from a real thing. It blossomed from a real situation, a real life things that happened.
Real experiences and like real pain and like real turmoil where it's like you don't know necessarily like what your future holds for you. And like no one's gonna come to save you, no one's gonna do it for you, no one's gonna put in the work to actually get you to where you wanna be. And if you don't do that, like it's up to you completely.
Yeah, I believe let's go back to like the very beginning, right? Once you came and you were like, I'm ready to start sampling, right? Because for a long time you always like said it, but I always like push it off because I'm like, listen, until he's like, I'm ready to spend money to do this thing, it's just a thought. It's just an idea. It's no different than any idea. You were like, well, I got to figure out like why I even said that and what it means to me. And then we started sitting down and kind of like doing some retrospective like searching in a sense. It's like, okay, why did it come to your head? Why did you want to do it? What even happened to create you to want to do it? Because many people don't really know like what was going on during that time with you.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people still like they know a little bit, but most people don't really know.
No, not even just like certain things, but just like your health, family things you were dealing with just on a personal level during that time. Like people don't know you were kind of like MIA for months. Like you didn't see any of us for like months at one time. We were mentally at a different place. And then once we like started sitting down, and I think I told you one night, I was like, I want you to sit down and write down everything that worker means to you and why you started it. And then it kind of like started like fleshing itself out. And then the guidelines, like I know we made the guidelines for everyone, but it was for us. Like the guidelines were mainly for us because we knew from just former experience, if we were going to really commit to this thing, we needed guidelines to hold us accountable. These are the things that like keep us in check. So if we, even as the brand is growing, like these are the original guidelines, like we can always look back at and like, this is what we are, this is what we're about, we're not changing any of this. Like this is literally what Worker is all about. I don't care if people don't like it, I don't care what people think, like this is the reason why we started it. We've always kind of like rebelled against what's normal in our industry. And for us, like we just want to get it back to what it was about when we were like coming up and like how we grinded to where we were. And like my life experience up until this point is very different from your life experience. But the thing is, we all have like commonalities within those experiences and relatabilities to those experiences where it's like anything mentally we've dealt with, family stuff, traveling, leaving everything we know, sacrificing things. I've had to work regular jobs and power lift and then do what I'm doing to like be where I'm at. That's what I had to do.
Right.
You know, so it's just like highlighting the things that are important again. Is like bringing it back to the people in the community Especially the community that's like giving us so much. Like at the end of the day, all of this came from a barbell and weights. Like I wouldn't know him without this. I wouldn't know everybody that I know in my life right now without this thing that we do, which is powerlifting. And I think even for us, is like if we were going to commit to this thing, we had to make guidelines for us, so we never lost sight of like who we ever actually were. And then on top of that, it's just one of those things. Once he came to me and he was like, "I'm ready to start sampling," that's when I kind of knew it was go time, and we just like took care of all the hard stuff that is like hard to flesh out. So like in the future, we didn't have to worry about it.
And that's why it took us so much time to come up with the initial silhouettes, the initial samples, because I feel like it's somewhat normalized within the space that we're in, unfortunately, where people just kind of shit stuff out and they don't really, put the extra effort or go the extra mile to make sure that they actually are proud of what they're putting out. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people think more is more, but like in reality, like less is more in our opinions. Like we're never gonna release a capsule, and this like comes into the clothes, but like this goes beyond clothes, where like we're never gonna create a capsule that we're not absolutely proud of every single SKU that's in that capsule or every single piece that we're releasing. We're never gonna release a piece if we just think it's good enough. We're always gonna go that extra mile to make sure it's exactly how we want it. Because when I see clothing brand owners out there within this space and beyond this space, that when it's time to go out or when they need to be seen or look good, they're not even wearing their own clothes or wearing these other brands. It makes me very skeptical of like why they're even in this space. You know what I mean? It makes me think that they don't really have the most genuine intentions when it comes to like what they're really trying to sell. But we've just gone through the extra efforts to get like a good structure as to what needs to be done by then. Like I'm gonna be totally transparent with you guys. We have every single release or every single event or every single week completely scheduled out through March of next year. And we provided ourselves some wiggle room to make sure that any manufacturing errors or any mistakes that are made, we have time to account for those. But like we're booked up. And we have like the next 2 to 3 events already in the motion of happening right now. Like I said, we have DNA Strength July 20th. So anyone in the Atlanta area, pull up to that.
For us, it's not necessarily about focusing on the differences, but more so honing in on the commonalities that we have, the things that we relate on. It's really just don't be a bad person. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, like we've been fighting with a lot of different mottos to roll with for Worker. And one of the ones that really resonates with me right now is for good people that work hard. Worker, for good people that work hard. Because a lot of us, we all started this journey for a lot of the same reasons, and we have a lot of common traits within ourselves. As many times as many differences as we may have amongst ourselves and the ways that we came up, we have the same values, we have the same morals, we have the same goals for ourselves. Similar and different goals, that through that mentality of worker and through that brand identity, like we're all gonna continue to just self-actualize and become our best selves, and also for others as well. You know what I mean?
You know, at the end of the day, everything has always been about community for us. Like our favorite experiences is always with the community of individuals that we care about and a community of people at once. It's just like if you're at a football game or a baseball game or a basketball game, no matter if it's high school, college, professional, you know what makes it fun? It's a lot of people that are like doing the same exact thing as you. It makes it really fun, you know? There's energy there. And I think even when we do these events, like when we pull up to DNA and ATL, we're gonna have a lot of energy. It's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a positive environment. It's gonna be heavy weights lifted, a great time, food being eaten, conversations being had. But that's like the small steps of building this community more and more and more. Not just in ATL, but in Austin, in LA, in Philly, in New York, in Florida, all across the country. Me and him were talking about it earlier. 21st made me love to powerlift again because I didn't like it anymore. And now it feels like it was before, where it's like intimate and it's close, and like we come here and we train and there's like energy when it's me, you, Jamal, Vin, and Joe, Steve, and all these people, and there's going to be more. It's a great time. You know what I mean?
It's like family.
Exactly. And I think that's the biggest thing is how can we prevent getting away from that family aspect? It's like, well, always keep it a family. Like, it don't have to be anything else. Like, once you have it, you have it. You don't have to lose it. You know what I'm saying? So I think the biggest thing, even with Worker, is at these events, it's like, to me, in my opinion, once you have a piece of Worker or once you buy into it, and you don't even have to buy into it, even if you just support it from afar, to me, like, you're a part of the family.
I know I've talked about it on my Instagram story a bit with the specific dates for the Worker Season 1 restock. I didn't think that I was going to restock Season 1 initially, but just due to the initial demand and just the overwhelming support that you guys showed us, which we honestly could not be more grateful for, we thought it would be best to restock those pieces, especially since it's like an introduction collection, all black, very easily wearable, very easy to get behind before moving on to Season 2. So that's kind of our thought process with why exactly we're bringing it back. If you guys saw my Instagram story, we plan to drop the Season 1 restock shortly after the DNA Strength Atlanta event, so keep an eye open for that. And then in addition, just at the Atlanta event, we're going to be giving away clothes from Season 1 as well. But in addition to just Season 1, we're in the process of sampling for Season 2, which we aim to release sometime around mid-fall. I mean, obviously, like, we've discussed it, but why don't you give them a bit more insight as to, like, the thought process behind like what we're doing specifically for Season 2 and like how it kind of flows.
So the thing is, Season 1 was kind of like the introduction, obviously, of Worker, and we wanted to kind of make a first impression with quality, silhouettes, and things of that nature. But it's also Season 2 is like the intro into like newer things for what Worker is developing. So Season 2 is going to include more than just a short, right? We're working on a jogger. Obviously, I'm wearing it. You're wearing it right now. And then we're making changes with the hoodies, colors, and things of that nature. And the whole point of each season, like the flow of it, should be you can still wear pieces with previous seasons. So it's always like keeping in mind, okay, is it cohesive? Is it still within the brand message? Is it still within what we want to do? And then two, does it still trace back to this one? And that's the whole point. And then even for us, like building the range of products, like we're working on products even way down the road, but for Season 2, we have to make sure, like that's why we're sampling so early for everything, is because there's certain innovations that we want to make to each season, each product going down the line. So you always have to have that like staple base to build off of. So for us, it's like Season 2 is how can we improve the quality? How can we improve the fit? How can we improve this? What can we add? What can we take away? It's vice versa. And then even Season 2 is a little bit different than Season 1, where we're going into a cooler effect, right? We're going into cooler grays, cooler tones, and everything in that nature. So now it's a nice contrast, even with the pieces from Season 1, if you ever want to combine it. If you're someone that has Season 1 or you are able to get the restock, that you still have these pieces from Season 2 that you're like, oh, I can wear it still with this. Like, it doesn't hurt it at all. So that's the thing for Season 2 and the thought process behind it. We need to go a little bit cooler because obviously we did black and gray the first time. Now we're kind of doing gray instead of like, it's kind of gray on black with certain pieces in certain ways, but it's kind of like its own thing.
It's the flip.
It's really the flip, but it's its own thing within the flip. And honestly, like even the hoodie you're wearing right now, that's gonna be
It's gonna be one of them ones.
Because honestly, the gray was the hardest part of sampling and getting it right and trying to figure out which direction we want to go. Because, like, if we would have made it the base layer gray that we were initially going to go with, I just don't think we were happy with it. You know, we kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit more, something a little bit different, something that we were actually happy with. And I think we kind of found what that is. And yeah, Season 2 is going to be amazing. I can't wait for you guys to get it. I can't wait for us to kind of finalize everything and get it going. But man, like the Season 2 pieces have me excited for Season 3, Season 4, and 5. And now we have like these base layer of products that we kind of wanted to build, and now we can just innovate over time. And that was kind of like the goal of Season 2, to integrate these new products that now we can continue to innovate over time, little by little, piece by piece, season by season.
Yeah, but I mean, that kind of wraps up the talking portion. We're gonna move on to take some photos, take some product shots, and that's also gonna conclude the YouTube video. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We have a lot coming, and we're working very hard to make it all happen and bring to you guys a great product to market. And for everyone who's followed along this far and continues to follow along with us, we're very grateful for every single one of you guys that has joined us along this journey, and we cannot wait to come to your cities and continue to build together and just build the worker family. But aside from that, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Perfect.
Nah, dude, that